Good evening, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in. I am your host for the evening, the Goddess of Kills, aka Kalana Ann, hosting you here on the Athena Alliance channel. I'm super excited to play this game. If you haven't heard of it, highly recommend. It's a very good game. It is a compelling story RPG, kind of has some detective skills in it, but it has like magic and it talks about like a really old time kind of area of like Poland and Russia. It's a very good game and the graphics are really good. I've played a little bit of it, but only about 5 hours or so, because I haven't really had time to play games. But I'm super excited to play the game with you guys and kind of start from the beginning so you guys can understand the story a little bit better. Um, Hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I have so far. And yeah, we'll just go from there. Don't mind the huge chicken behind my character on the screen. That's Lilac. We don't worry about him. He's my debuff monster. But we're gonna get started. Just gonna hop in here. I'm gonna start a new game so you guys can kind of get the story behind it. And I will adjust audio levels and things from there as we continue to play. But I hope you enjoy. So let's get started. Thamata is a word devouring from Greek. It means miracles. A thaumaturge or temperamencer is one able to discover secrets lingering in persons or places. They recognize flaws or stigmas imprinted on human psyche and can bring them to the surface. Are they a doctor of souls? It is impossible to fully name the essence of thaumaturge without being born one. I love it. I will say that some of the loading screens are a little wonky, but I think that's because my computer processes it so fast that the loading screen doesn't have time to actually load. So, just take that with a grain of salt.
For years I've been seeing you in my dreams, and lately more and more.
Just gonna make sure all my audio stuff looks good. Okay. We'll resume. Sorry.
I know it's you, but I can no longer recognize your face. I don't know if I'd recognize you if I saw you.
Ads incoming. Thanks, SiriBot, for letting me know that ads are starting
I
right
hope
off
your
the bat.
condition
Love it.
hasn't worsened much since you last wrote. I can hardly imagine what a nightmare you're going through. Remember, you're not alone. I'm sure our father would be happy to help, if only you asked him. I assure you that for now, I haven't said a word to him about your search or your health, just as you requested. He doesn't know your intention, and with God as my witness, he'll not find out from me. I know you think the only thing that can help you is a miracle. But such itinerant miracle workers, preachers, and folk mystics often take
We're
advantage
not
of
looking
those
too
in
good. We're
grave
looking
condition
pretty
who
pretty
are
rough.
desperate or seeking help.
There, my guy. Sorry, Atreyu. You're sitting right under my feet.
I hope the man you're pursuing can actually ease your mind. But if not, remember that in the end, we will find a way to help you. Just because we can't
Ad
see
break
it now
finishing up. Awesome.
does not mean it doesn't exist. Send word as soon as you get there. I want to know you are safe. With as much love as I have. Ligia.
Could you spare a moment for me? I'd like to send a telegram.
A
Of
telegram.
course. Pardon me, sir, but are you feeling all right?
Yes, thank you.
No, we just slept on the most
You're
uncomfortable
not
train
looking your
car.
best.
Thank you.
What's your
Thank you for
message?
telling me I look like shit. I appreciate it. I appreciate your honesty. First, play a trick on him. Why do we want to play a trick on him?
Take this down, please. Arrived. I think I have found him. I hope he will receive me. I will write as soon as I am able.
Can you imagine
And payment?
having to
On receipt.
dictate messages
Anything
and
to
send
add at
them
the
via
end?
telegram because the person sending them knew everything, and like people who just had to send their wildest secrets to others, like this, there's a middleman who knows exactly, like, it's just wild to me. Aggravate your father. Send greetings to our sister.
Please add my love to you, my sister.
Touching. From whom?
My name is Viktor Szulski. Szulski. And Viktor with a W, not a V.
Interesting name. Where's this headed?
Warsaw. Russia.
And this is supposedly Georgia. Russia here and Russia there. Russia everywhere, on every map.
Maps change. I know. Let's get on with it.
Touchy subject. Welcome in, guys.
Pardon?
Welcome in.
I was talking to myself. Which way to the
Just
village?
talking to myself.
The coachman is picking up the mail. Maybe he'll give you a ride.
Hey,
Thank
Serial
you.
Sensei, how are you? That's a
Loony.
cute duck, goose, feathered bird of some kind. the emote. So to earn experience in this game, you read letters and pick up lore throughout. So I'm not going to read every single letter we pick up unless it's pretty important to what we're doing in the story. So if I don't read something, just know it's okay. As a thaumaturge, you possess exceptional perception. You can see things that are hidden from sight. You can anticipate the enemy's actions. You can follow traces of emotions, thoughts, actions, words, so on and so forth. Goose Gang, I'm doing well. Trying to decide if I want to play a game or just keep sitting here. I know the struggles well. I understand what you mean. Wasn't there something here last time? No, okay. Yes, this man.
Hello. Are you going to the village by any chance?
Hello there. Where else? There's nowhere to go here, sir.
Hello, Athena.
The
Welcome
station,
in,
the
Athena
village,
Alliance.
and the cemetery. That's all.
Thanks
A
for the
horse
shout
can't
out
go
for
any
Serial
higher.
Sensei.
The village is what interests me.
Well, if you've got reason to be there, climb in.
I'd be grateful.
I don't think there's anything else here for me
Always
to...
nice to have someone to shoot the breeze with.
Atreyu, I love you. I really do, but you being under my feet is a hazard to you. Hoping for the better. I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening so far.
Nothing to see around here. This is everything. Hard to get lost in this place. Head to the tavern over there, past the little square, up the steps. They'll tell you where the preacher's at. Or this time of day, he'll be there himself.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So... I don't think there's anything out here yet for me to grab. Pretty chill. That's awesome. I'm glad. Happy to hear it. Protective charm. Made of strings, sticks, and feathers, it's supposed to protect the residents from the influence powers of evil. That. Okay, the rest of the area hasn't opened up to me yet. I've got to... I don't have to talk to them, but I can talk
You
to them.
guys already got what's yours this week.
Molchat, we're here to keep order and that don't come free. It's getting colder, so the price is getting higher.
Hey, T. Nice boots. Are they warm?
I have played this game a little bit already, so the prologue that we're in right now is a little dry, but it sets the story up because it does get so much better. But a lot of people do comment on the boots that the character has, so I am thinking he just has the nicest boots in the world, and I need a pair. I just need to know, like, where did he buy them? Show no fear, I indeed, a proud answer. High level, you're not looking for trouble. We're gonna do this.
Actually, I have particularly warm boots. Thanks.
And sooner or later, these might kick their arses.
Don't tempt
Yeah,
me,
Luca.
Don't tempt me.
Let's speed 'em
Give
up.
me a sec. Got to sort out formalities with this tourist.
It's your snummy. We are the Tsar's soldiers.
Oh, scared.
Those don't look like soldiers' faces. Closer to thieves.
I don't think he'll talk to us voluntarily.
Voluntarily. The combat's also very interesting. I was confused when I first played because I was like, what? But once you get used to it, it's so cool and so diverse. When the enemies lose health points, you win the fight. Fair enough, that's usually how it works. Enemies' health points are shown at their feet, left corner. Okay. I'll just show you guys. So you have a quick attack, and then you have an attack that takes a little longer, and then there's like a stack of how, like, who goes in what order. Good night. Take a nap. Right there in the mud. Perception allows you to anticipate the enemy's actions to find out what they are planning. Unfold action cues at the top of the screen. Skill speeds. Each skill has a speed. So I want to hit you before you hit me. Because why not? And we start with a decent amount of health too, which is really cool. Yeah, I got a Thaumaturge point.
Serves the Ruskies right. They won't report us. They'll be too embarrassed to admit some cripple got the better of them.
Alright. Done with that.
Good boy.
What's up, Puffer? What up, dog? Yeah, it's cold out here. They should let you inside. I'd let you in my house. Grab all these pieces. That's the only piece. Okay. Now we have another cutscene.
Forgive me, sir. Is your name Grigory Yefimovich Rasputin?
I forgive you.
I'm sorry. It's just I've been looking for you for a very long time, and...
Very long time.
And you expected a thinking simpleton, an illiterate who swindles sick people and claims he can speak to God himself. I already said I forgive you.
Yes, I've heard. Especially in Petersburg. I've also heard about the healings, even hopeless cases. Inexplicable ones.
And what do you believe in?
If you help me, I'll believe all of it. And please believe me when I say I've tried everything short of a miracle. And I know the meaning of that word. I'm a Thaumaturge.
Where are you coming from?
I like how he says the word. I don't know why.
I first learned of you in Paris. A charismatic miracle worker from Russia. I even heard about you from my doctors. By the time I got to Petersburg, you were already gone. I've crossed almost 3 continents, through Siberia, India, and half of Europe. But if you're asking me about my origins, I'm from Poland.
I like
From
how
which
everyone's just
Poland?
staring at
The
us.
Russian one, the German
Sounds
one,
fancy for
or the part that belongs to
Yeah.
Austria?
From Warsaw.
Do you have a name?
Viktor Szulski.
On my path, I've already come across people who have lied to me about their problems, and then gone around calling me a charlatan.
The accents they put
After
into
them,
the voice
others
actors put to the
arrived
characters is
with
actually really well done.
pitchforks and torches, and I had to endure insults and spit
And I'm
in my
all for an
face,
accent.
or flee for my life.
Except for mine.
And now you say you're a wizard from an imaginary country that no one has seen on a map in over 100 years. Forgive my amusement. I haven't had my first coffee yet.
I forgive you, and I'm still asking for help.
Prove you're a Thaumaturge.
Yeah, it
And
is.
I'll hear what you have to say.
This is supposed to be set in like, hey, real crucial, how are you? It's supposed to be set in like where Russia is like maybe kind of sort of invading Poland. So it's before the verge of World War One, but like it's tense, if that makes sense. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm doing well too. Thanks for hopping in, hanging out with us this evening. Yeah, like the story gets really, really good once we get out of the prologue. I mean, the prologue it gets good too. But it's really well done because it kind of teaches you like what you're going to be doing throughout the rest of the game. Admit you're not at the higher powers, accept the challenge.
What would you like me to do, sir?
I've met a few of your kind, so I know what you're capable of. Find something in this tavern that belongs to me, and tell me something only I could know.
First, I need to have something personal that belongs to you to learn your trace. It's a sort of pattern I'll use to recognize the other objects.
Smell this.
He gave us a rosary in case you couldn't really see what he handed us. They are prayer beads. Time-worn prayer beads with 30 woolen knots. The zeal gushing from the beads impregnates the wool better than the tallow from the owner's strong fingers. The object pulses with a mixture of blue rapture, purple passion, and graphite fierceness. The touch of the beads burns, but it also attracts. Rasputin's wish.
I'll return to you in a moment.
Another cool thing in this game, this won't happen right away, but after we get out of the prologue, we can kind of change our look. So even though we kind of look like a little run down and kind of homeless, we can spruce it up a bit later, and this just tells you how to use your perception to find
Let's
traces
take a
in
look
people,
around.
so that we can identify what Rasputin needs
Damn
of
it.
us.
Who would have thought there were such layers of passion within him?
We found a prayer book of his. Who would have thought the priest had such passion? Surprisingly, the mask of a healer conceals an outstanding love or irresistible to women's hearts and bodies. Perhaps this is one of his healing methods. If you guys know about the story of Rasputin, then you know about the story of Rasputin in, like, actual history. I think these are all of them. Trey's under my feet and he's dreaming. I can hear him. Poor baby. Okay, so I can either do deed, mind, or word. So, let's do. Which one is Lalic on? I need this one actually. Do that, because we get this one first. Which means I can grab this one over here. Can't grab those yet because I haven't
What
leveled
have you
them up yet.
learned, wizard?
Well, You're a zealous man. It permeates every level of your personality, your faith, your abilities.
Not such an impressive discovery.
I haven't finished yet. In Petersburg, you left behind a very devoted and very young lady-in-waiting.
At least one, my friend.
Therefore, a Petersburg
At least
lady-in-waiting
he's
who
honest
was
about
very
it.
devoted to you gave you her breviary.
Honestly, I don't remember where I got it. Its contents were always more important. Have a seat.
The character will remember this thing gives me like flashbacks to like the
Tell me
anthology
again,
games.
why were you looking for me?
Because I need you to help me.
A few years ago, I attempted to catch a wild saluter, and that ended with me losing contact with my first saluter. That means I can't develop my abilities. I know that
Oh,
my
that's why
Uber
we
is
didn't have
there.
him in the fight.
Sometimes
Okay,
he
I
shows
forgot about
himself,
that.
but I can't feel the link anymore. Generally speaking, I'm losing it more and more each day.
So the
If
Salators
it
are the beasts that
disappears,
we can
my
summon?
mind, I'll lose my sense of reality. I'll fall into madness.
We have one that's linked to
I
us.
don't
That's
know if I
been
can
linked
help
to us since childhood, and then there are a total of 7 more in the game that we can capture and train. Well, not really train, but like link with. Let's do this.
I've got money, if that's what matters.
Give it to the needy. Your riches mean nothing to me. I meant I don't know if I'm able to help you. My gift is something I've received from God. Some I've helped, others I can't say. And I've never treated a Thaumaturge.
Maybe just do the same with me as with the others.
We can try. Focus on my
The gaming
voice.
PlayStation
You are safe.
reminds me
As
of the
long
Oculus
as you can
4
hear my
PlayStation.
voice,
The gaming,
you
okay.
are safe.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent
Let
of
me
like
gaze into your mind.
it's nostalgic.
Let me see through your eyes.
If you've ever played the
Let
older like
me
Dracula games, which were like
Where?
point and click like
Where
puzzle
am I?
games,
Rasputin.
that's what this reminds me of.
There's no one in here.
And so this is we're in like the dream world. 'Cause that's Upir, that's our
I need to get out of
Salator
here.
that we're linked to right now. It's been with us since childhood. And we're following him.
What is this sound? Shackles?
I like the playstyle of this game. I don't think I've
You're blind.
really seen it before, and maybe I have and just can't place it. What up, Dad?
You've never grasped the science of spotting the perfectly obvious.
It
Can
really
you still
is.
not see?
What do I supposedly not see?
Flaw clouds your vision. It always has. Pride. Your damned pride and sense of superiority.
This is our dear Papa.
I must have gotten that from you, Father.
You'll lose, idiot. You always do. You're even losing against yourself. You can't see, but can you at least hear? You're weak, stupid, and blind.
Now we're in the dark. Hope we have dark vision.
Do you hear me? Do you? Do you?
Loud and clear. You don't gotta yell.
I can see, Father. Clearly.
She's just...
Will you be lying there much longer? I wanted to sweep.
Well, my first question is, why do you want
Where's
to sweep
Rasputin?
mattresses?
In the cemetery, chasing away evil spirits and giving people comfort. You all right?
Yep, fine.
Yes, yes. Absolutely.
I wanted to sweep.
I heard you the first time.
I'm just heading out.
She really wants to sweep, guys. I guess I should get a move on.
It's so good to see you again.
This is Ubeard.
And something else. I saw him clear as day. It wasn't a vision. It was a salutar, unbound by a pact. A wild one. And if so, that means there's someone in the village with a flaw that's attracting it.
You talking to me?
I was...
Nope, not in the slightest. You want to sweep?
I wanted
Yep.
to sweep.
Just tell me to get the hell out. That would be faster than saying you want to sweep. My God. Multiple objectives. Oh yeah, so another cool thing is you can freely switch between your main quest and your side quests in this game. And, yeah, I like that a lot.
I felt something.
They'll all gawk, but without lifting a finger. Just, Vesna will bring it, Vesna will help. But if Vesna needs help with something, there's nobody to be found.
It is an apple.
That's not yours, don't touch. All these newcomers causing more problems.
I was trying to help you, and now you're just leaving all your apples and your basket on the ground. There's like a whole thing going on down there.
Am I sensing?
Our word is too low. I'm gonna charge the blue ceramic dish. In this house lives a married couple who do not mince their words. Okay, yeah, they stay angry at each other. Yep, thank you. People tell me I have nice boots all the time.
Am I sensing? Thaumaturge never fails me. There is something here.
It's on the doorstep.
Am I
Strangled this goose. We'll come back to that, because that's just, like, not even really important. You take me to the cemetery. I already know about that, so I'm good right now, I think. Guess I do have to do this real quick. So it'll stop trying to lead me over here.
Over my dead body. I reject this verdict.
Well, I expected as much, and he wanted to come see you himself. He was first to judge.
I said what I said, and I won't change my mind. Go away. You're attracting gawkers.
Not gawkers. A witness. And let him listen. He'll see it fairly. Sir, this liar and thief here stole a memento of my mother. And this witch says I'm supposed to hand my goose over to him, too?
Because you strangled mine. And what do I care about some trinkets your mother
goose
left you?
violence.
Because we
Not
already
allowed.
know you strangled the goose, but you still haven't proved that Bogdan stole your pendant.
Where is the justice here?
I don't know. I am not the police. The neighbors quarreled over a goose strangled in the act of revenge and class for the shop. Oh, I don't have enough.
The grey-haired lady is right. Without an assessment of the stolen object's value or evidence it was stolen, this is just slander. And
Oh,
strangling
thank you for
geese
the
is
links
nothing
there.
short of mob justice.
And who asked you, smartass?
I literally walked up and you said, "Oh, thank God, a witness."
Don't
You
worry,
asked
sir.
me.
When he sobers up, he'll apologize. It's only too bad about Goose.
It is.
Come inside and tell me what you're doing here.
Well. Oop! I did not mean to walk back outside. Talk to
The
her.
villagers seem to have a certain respect for you, ma'am, so I wanted to ask your help with something.
I'm not getting any younger, boy. Talk before I drop dead.
Get to the point. Accuse her of taking advantage. Okay, no.
Well
I'll
then,
come back.
I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
Such a way with words. Okay. Let's go talk to Rasputin in the cemetery. Because we have to.
Excuse me. I need to get to the local cemetery. Could you give me a lift?
I've only just come back from the post office this morning. I'm not getting the horse going again. Back to the cemetery. It's not like anyone there is going to run away. And look, my horse is more dead than alive.
I'll be right back.
Oh, I'll try to have to upgrade so I can manipulate him. Ads incoming. Oh no. Let me do that real quick. There we go. The coachman used the rag to wipe sweat from his forehead. Now we can manipulate him.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yes, you are. Please.
Maybe you'll change your mind and drop me off at the cemetery after all.
Well, on the other hand, this place isn't much more exciting than the cemetery, and I meant to take the horse out for a ride, so get on.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Sweet. Okay, now I just gotta get one more. There's Rasputin. I think that might be the only cute clue up here. Let me double check.
You're alive. Does that mean I helped, Thaumaturge?
I don't have enough words to thank you for what you've done for me. I haven't felt this way in years.
I'm glad I could help.
When I heard you were at the cemetery, I was sure I'd see you resurrecting the dead.
Not yet. Today I'm just praying for rest for Vasily's soul.
Not yet.
The whole village is suffering after his loss. He was the elder here.
He cursed this place. Since he died, darkness and misfortune have hung over the village.
You see? To them, every harm comes down to witchcraft. They believe that after Vasily's passing, the village was possessed by some monster that howls at night or some other Yafiets.
As you were healing me,
They're
I
absolutely
had a dream,
right.
a vision.
We're gonna figure that out.
On the borderline of sleep and wakefulness, I thought I saw a salutor. That's what might be influencing the villagers in wailing at night.
They're good people, but none too bright, Victor. I'm afraid they might be talking about a train.
The wise woman was saying the evil spirit is a book of hatch.
Does the creature hunting you rattle chains, slither around, and have a mouth full of giant fangs?
A book of hatch.
Where did this elder live?
I'll show you.
Yes, we can get to
Let's
it.
allow Vasily's soul to rest for today. Amen.
Alright. We need to go here and investigate. Gonna be the best detectives.
Can you feel it? It's the smell of mystery.
Thick lines of wood grain are visible in the frame. They arrange themselves into wood carved as if by a chisel. They scream about an attempt to break down the door, about the hinges finally letting go. They scream into a deaf void. Fear of flames has embedded itself deep in the fabric of the door frame, a trepidation about losing a loved one.
A horrible death.
The blood sounds like suffering. It flowed quickly. The wound inflicted with... Ugh. Well then, so he didn't burn alive then. He just... Yeah, that's quite violent.
I felt something. So much suffering. True fear.
Ragdoll. Can't go back that way. Okay, just making sure I didn't miss anything, or don't miss anything rather. Up here.
This house was always full of fear, and its owner was still alive when the house caught fire.
Oh,
Someone
dear.
wanted to kill him. The fire only covered up the crime. The murder gave birth to the flaw that you attached to, didn't it? I'll find you when I track down the murderer. I know who owns this doll. Maybe I should give them back to her.
Yes.
She ought to know more about what happened here.
Business trace. Business smells of fear. Her nerves are badly stained. Her heart is trembling. Her fingers are stiff from anxiety. And her mind wanders, lost in the wilderness of fear. I might be able to find her home and discover what's behind her jittery condition.
Victor!
Yo, what's up? You gotta
I
yell.
hope you've got what you want now, Thaumaturge. Because I think it's time to get out of here.
Oh, Lord.
Why the hurry, Father? We're the Tsar's men. How about the donation for the Tsar's army?
Why are
There
you
are no
sweating?
Russian outposts here.
It's
I think this is the guy with the nice boots.
You're the guy
Nice
who
boots.
trashed our comrades?
That's the third time someone has said it. You're the guy who's gonna who thrashed our karma. Yeah, it was me.
I can do
did it.
exactly the same to all of you.
He's not as weak as he looks. He actually looks better than he did the other day.
It is
But not
snowing. Why are these
counting the
guys
priest.
sweating?
He's still alone.
Not anymore, I'm not.
Hi, Jason. What's up? How are you? Do I have some skills I can attach? Fortune. That one. Oops. Gives a 60% chance you'll done double damage, and then. Alright. I can summon Rasputin's on the sidelines cheering us on. Yes. Welcome in. You are blessed. Shout out. Hope you're doing well this evening. You don't have any focus. I mean, you do, but I can figure that. So I go and then. Here it goes. Okay. And then I get it hit twice. That's okay, because Upir can heal us, so it's not that bad. Let's take the focus. Well, I didn't mean to do that for him. Ow. Strong attack opportunity. The enemy has lost all their focus and is now in the breakdown state. It's a great chance to launch a strong attack. Is it needed though? He only has 4 HP. Sure, why not? Actually. I've never seen his ult before, so I was curious. So... Oh, okay. That was nice. Good night. Yes, thank you for stopping by. So glad you joined us. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. Your focus is still here, so I guess I do need to remove it. And
You're
just
right,
like
sir.
that.
Me? Yes, but can these salutors also help you in a fight? Can you manipulate people and cast these demons into their minds?
Just watch me.
Generally speaking, yes. Are you sure you're right, sir?
Call me
Taku-chan,
Grigori.
thank you for the
Let's head
follow.
back.
I
I have to
appreciate
visit
it.
someone in the village who can
If I
tell
said
me
your name
more
wrong,
about
I
what happened
apologize.
here.
Thank you for being here. Game just save. So there's nothing else for me to do here. Go back to here. Talk to Vesna. Hope everyone is enjoying the gameplay so far. I know it's might be a lot. We're doing so much so quickly in the prologue, but it's really good, I promise. Let's see. Let me go ahead and put one into the mind. That way all of those can be updated. Do it again. Sorcerer and a witch. That's me.
Luca. He must be the one who saved Vesna from the fire.
Be right back. Here, let me
There are
grab
so many
this.
words of love inscribed here.
So that's more into like Vesna's marriage.
Now I know that woman's trace. Vesna and her husband both left traces of themselves at Vasili's burned-out farmstead. Luca sincerely loves his wife. You think he loves her strongly enough to kill for her?
Crime and passion, sure.
You're right. It'd be better to ask Vesna about that.
Luca is a violent man, but he has a sincere love for Vesna. Quarrels are one thing, but he would never commit violence against her. So we have concluded that it is Vesna?
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over.
Please open the door. I'd like to have a chat about your husband.
You'd better not be here when he gets back. He's not as talkative or polite as I am.
You're not being very polite right now. It's clear that this is not the first time Vesna has threatened someone with her husband. Luca must not have the best reputation in the village. Residents see Luca as a sullen churl and a recluse. However, he seems to have a soft spot. Luca was at Vasili's house on the night of the murder and the fire took place.
I know you're scared, but please, just open the door a crack and let me ask one quick question.
That is not a crack, ma'am.
What do
That
you
is
want?
a full wide open door. One more down and make her feel safe. Ooh. Oh, we can do that? Oh.
Please, don't be afraid. I just need to know where I can find your husband.
He's chopping wood in the clearing by the forest.
Wait, come back. I gotta give you a doll. Come back. Oh no, where did she go? She walked off. No one saw what happened. No one saw that. I think I can go in here and talk to this lady now, though, since I've got my stuff upgraded.
Let's
See what she has
You've
to
been
say.
going in so many circles, your head will spin.
What?
And
There we
that
go.
tragedy at the Elder's farm, did it affect people badly?
Some less, others more. He was like an icon to some folk here.
But I found out he could be heavy-handed.
He was a drinker and a beater. So, some folk here don't miss him one bit. Have you got many more nosy questions?
I do. I have a lot, but I can only ask you that
A
one.
lot of people benefit from your wisdom. They're superstitious and timid, as far as I've been able to figure out. Easy to control, right?
Easy to control.
Pot calling kettle. That, my boy, that you
Pot
can ask
calling
that
kettle.
charlatan
I
with
love it.
fancy dress and beard. Who takes advantage of who here? Bah! The people here are believers, of course. But the spirit in the village is real, too.
I like her shawl. The, like, flowers are pretty.
Do you mean Rasputin?
He didn't bring that evil spirit here. He draws on the spirit because he got folk to heal. But it's not him who brought it.
I didn't bring it either.
We brought it on our own heads.
Oh, okay.
And we've got to deal with it ourselves.
As long as we're straight on
I
who did
heard
what.
it howling. That's nothing human. One evil spirit here persecutes people, and you can hear it now and then, sometimes. Tragedies attract it, and impure thoughts. We here call it a Bukovac.
But other places probably call it other things.
An evil spirit's an evil spirit. It torments people
True
and
enough,
turns
true
their
enough.
weaknesses against them.
And what if I told you I could get rid of it?
I'd say I'll believe it when I see it. And I'd ask, how else can I help you?
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
Alrighty then. Let's go to the forest clearing, which is where Luca is.
Again.
This time, it's a matter of life and death.
How is your search going?
It's going
Almost
great.
finished. I know who's attracting the Bukavac.
Can you reveal that secret?
It's Luca. It has to be Luca.
Do you still want to catch that Salutor?
Yes, absolutely.
Despite the risk?
Yes, absolutely.
I hope I can persuade you to come with me.
That's an enormous favor you're asking me. I hope you'll be able to return it.
I give my word.
Did you hear? We're going to see Luca Bogosian.
Yes, take us to Luca, please. Can I was gonna try to skirt around, see if I could.
I'm not here to fight.
Luca!
Get ready to, like, cave my head in.
You shouldn't have threatened my wife.
Didn't threaten
Why did
her.
you do this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're the one who brought the Salutor here. The spirit that you all say arrived in the village after Vasily's death. The Salutor is what's making fear consume you all and making you hot-headed. And it's because of your flaw, which has been within you since the murder took place.
A murder might just be about to take place.
Cut off his head.
Wow.
What?
Tear off his head before he opens his mouth again.
I like how she's like, murder him, and he's like, what? I was
you're
just
the
talking
one
shit.
that
I wasn't
killed him.
actually gonna do it.
And I'd do it again if I could. Get out of here!
No, I think I'll stay.
Here you are, Bukavac. Vesna's flaw is mine, and you're mine.
Here to catch a Pokemon. Let's see. I'm gonna go for a story because so far the story has been a lot of fun. So now we're at a boss fight. We get to catch our next Salutor. To defeat a wild Salutor, you must get rid of the shadows that protect him. Vanquishing the shadows will weaken him, but the weaker he is, the more fiercely he will fight back. The bar tells you with the wild Salutor sends more enemies against you. Do I have... I'll just keep it like that. We'll just go ahead and we'll do the fight. See how we do. Alright. Let's see. We need to take... Oh, you got a lot of focus, man. Oh, I didn't mean to do that second one, but it's fine. Ow. Just sucker punched me, my guy. Suffering state. States can have benign or potentially deadly effect. Okay, I'm in the suffering state. Wonderful. So I take one every round of combat. I'll take one. Rude. Very rude, right? Oh, it stacks as he hit me again. Ugh, not cool. Let me do this. Hope Bear can just keep healing me. Okay, good. Down. Say, I feel like other people come in. So... I want to heal this person. Or hit this person. Oh. Well. Darn. Yikes. So I'm gonna take 6 every turn, 3 every turn. Ooh. I'm sorry, I don't want to punch a lady. Kill me, please. Oh, 12. At 12 back. Looks like a fighting game. Kind of, yeah. It does. Like I said, the combat in this game is well done. It's definitely different from what I've seen in like other games. You better deck her if she's hurting you. Punch her right in the gullet.
You lose, you lose, you lose. You're going crazy again, you blind fool.
A little faith, Thaumaturge. Focus on what's true. My voice is true. I am the truth, you see. Look.
Now we have a new pet. Cute and cuddly pet. Taming a Salator, the Bakovach, the dead Dimension Salator, but you cannot tame him on your own. Rasputin comes to your help. The untamed Salator won't obey your orders, stops you from developing, and weakens your perception. Fortunately, Rasputin soothes his anger. You achieve the unachievable. So the book on our hip is called a grimoire. You guys have probably heard that word before.
Are you all
if you
right?
watched any vampire shows or anything like
I
that.
don't think I'm hallucinating, but that means I'm currently facing a crowd of furious lumberjacks with axes, so I'd say I've been better.
What? What? I'm telling the truth. I do it again. None of you understand anything. It's because of this magician. It's his fault.
The magician didn't kill Vasily. He didn't bring the evil here. You're a witch! To the stake with her! To the stake!
And you, why are you just standing there? Are you just letting them do this? Fine. I'll handle it myself. I did it before, and I can do it now.
What have you done? Go. You don't need to see this.
Luca's just lost. He's just like, what did my wife do? I don't understand. Poor guy.
Nothing has to be decided at the moment. Certainly not things that can't be undone.
Well, exactly. Beat it, you scoundrels. There's enough blood in this village already.
Sharing a village with murderers?
You were the first to spill blood!
It's not the same. If that's the case, you're banished from the village. Get out of here! We'll burn away the impurity you left in our village. Phew.
Well, that's awkward. We just broke up a happy, not happy marriage? I don't know. Updated. Bye.
Excuse me, sir. Do you happen to know when the train arrives? The postmaster said it's usually no more than an hour late, so it should be here any moment. I got a tougher question for you.
Pardon?
Will this train get me close to Albuquerque?
Oh, Lord, no.
I'm afraid that's an ocean away, and even to the ocean you've got a ways to go.
Thank you. Ever since I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque, I can't get my bearings. The things I've seen, sir. Places I've been. I just can't get to Albuquerque.
I feel like that's like a very vague Easter egg because I can't place why he would be like I took a wrong turn. Like, how does that lead you to Poland or Russia? But But cool little piece of
I
dialogue.
wanted to send 2 telegrams. One to
Oh, we've got a
Warsaw and
clip.
one to Paris.
We've got a clip. Oh no!
Mr.
I gotta take a
Shulsky,
look.
I was meant to send for you when the driver came to get the mail. My condolences about your father.
Dude, telegrams are just so invasive. This has to be so cozy. This has been so. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you think so. I love this game. Like, I was super excited for it to come out, and it's
Do you still want to
blown
send
away
something?
my expectations so far. Now we're gonna go be lonely and brooding.
Did you come to say goodbye to me?
More like to share my fear. Your condition yesterday, after the fight with that Bukovac, it troubled
It looks super good. It is.
I don't think
it
my
does.
treatments are having a long-lasting effect.
The devs did a really good
And you
job
don't
in
look
terms
the
of
best. Do you feel all right?
research for the area that the game takes place in, and like the lore behind, like obviously Rasputin is a historical figure, local lore, things like that. They did a really, really good job, and it's a very good story-rich game. And you don't look the best. Do you feel all right? Tell them about our
I've just
dear
heard that
papa.
my father is dead.
My condolences.
After your treatment, when I was hallucinating, I saw him. I heard his voice for the first time in years. I'm sure it was him. A strange feeling.
Maybe he
Yes,
came to
thank
say
you
goodbye.
for coming in.
Maybe it was his last chance
If you're
to
heading
speak
out,
to you.
I hope that you have a
Prophecy.
wonderful rest of your
I
evening.
hope
If you're
not.
just gonna lurk for a bit, we're happy
What
you're
do you
here.
intend to do now?
You've had a change of plans. We're gonna go
I have to bury my father in Warsaw.
Warsaw.
What about you?
Thanks to you. I don't think I have anything else to do here. I had a little time to think about what I saw in your mind. Tell me, Victor.
I like
have
that his
you ever
hat
seen a
matches
human
his
skull cracked
the
open
meat
on the
around his coat. I'm
cobblestones?
not too sure what that animal might be. Have you ever seen a human skull crack? No. That's very, very specific.
Your question sounded like a threat.
Because it is, for all of us. I have the skull of Franz Ferdinand himself.
Oh, that's right. This is
with
where
his
it goes
brain
into
spilling out onto the sidewalk.
more and more into the history part.
I
of
also saw the
life,
white
real life
steps in
events.
Odessa running with blood. A battlefield blanketed in lethal fog, with faceless beings emerging from it. This hasn't happened yet, but I saw it as clearly as I see you now. Thanks to you, I know that I can stop it. I know that I am part of history, and I can change it. Even at the cost of scorn, contempt, or my life. You promised me a favor, so Warsaw sounds perfect.
We're on a train. Well, we're getting on a train. The Thaumaturge. Love the title screen, the way it just comes in from like the background into the foreground. Such a sucker for little design details like that. Ooh, spooky. Oh, dear. I just hate when you're having a nice slumber.
Warsaw! Warsaw!
The ceiling caves in on you.
Warsaw! Last stop, Warsaw. Time to wake up.
It's clouding over.
The weather is like my mood.
Aside from the circumstances of the funeral bringing you back, you hadn't thought of ever returning here?
I definitely didn't expect I'd be coming to my father's funeral so early.
I've noticed you two had certain differences in your views on life.
Yes, especially on my life. But admittedly, that's not a very exciting discovery.
Disapproving father.
Is that all you've learned about me on our journey?
Prodigy
You
son?
drool in your
Prodigal
sleep.
son? Can't talk.
Anything
Wow.
in there about Warsaw?
Summarize the headlines. Let's give him a brief overview of the news. Here comes your news forecast from Victor.
Workers are striking. They want to take advantage of the Tsar's visit to Warsaw. The protests are being violently suppressed. Last week, around a dozen people were killed. Polish Socialist Party militants attacked a train. They stole money, bonds, and explosive materials. They're also suspected of robbing a transport of Dutch pomade. The socialists in Warsaw must look pretty sharp then. Further along, we've got murders, muggings, and poverty.
The newspapers feed on sensation. Remember
Doesn't
that in
sound
darkness,
much
even
more
a
different
small
than
spark
today.
can be seen clearly.
World is in
Even
chaos.
I can feel hope from all the people riding with us. Can't you?
Even without my powers, I can tell that hope is bringing people here from all three partitions. Miners, steelworkers, governesses, maids, speculators, thieves. I've gotten to read a few of our fellow passengers' possessions, and I know that hope can have many faces.
Will you share that knowledge with me?
Yes,
There's
I
a
will.
terrified woman riding with us. She's either running away or in hiding. I think that gentleman is smuggling something, because excitement is all mixed up with guilt inside them. In this dandy, he's going whoring.
Oh.
If there's something I've learned in life, Victor, it's never to
Forgot
neglect
he
the
said that
wars.
line.
Warsaw, end of the line.
Airing out everyone's
Welcome
dirty
to
laundry.
Warsaw.
I think the time's come to ask where you plan to stay.
I'll let you know when I come up with something.
He's like, don't worry about it, I got this. Now, one thing they do in this game that I don't really like, though I understand why they do it, is a lot of characters are like NPCs, not main characters, are like cut and paste, like copied and just pasted randomly. And you'll kind of see it here and there, but it's something I have noticed that I don't care for, but it doesn't break the game. It's just I get why they made that decision.
When people unite, empires fall.
Find stuff that I can. That's where I need to go. We'll come back to that. I want to go down here, see if there's anything that I can examine. Nope, that's it. Can't go that way because it doesn't want me to go that way. Okay. And some parts of the game are more linear than others. Some parts you have to go, like, for instance, here, I have to go this way. I can't go anywhere else. But that's just because there's nothing there for me to explore. And then other places are pretty open, and you can just kind of go wherever and look around, choose which task you want to do, which mission, stuff like that. Beware of Aberrancy. Oh, this is our friend. That's our childhood friend. He runs like a huge gang, and he like he gets us into trouble, but also his name means a lot, so he gets us out of trouble. So it works out. Can I not? I can't examine that. Okay. Yet I'm not gonna read like every piece of paper I interact with unless it's super important to what we're doing currently. So there's all this. I want to go there. It is where I want to go. I just want to peek up all of this stuff first. Menu. Okay. Now we can leave. Act 1, the city that does not forget. So pretty. I love the aesthetic of how this game looks.
Why such a crowd?
The circus has come to town.
These are troubled times. Brothers turn against brothers. Russia has had enough bloodshed. The violence must stop. When socialists attempt to divide Russia and her subject nations, to dent the sword that smote the enemy at Grunwald, this demands my decisive action.
Lest thou be smoked.
Thus, by my grace, I hereby appoint as Governor General of Warsaw, Georgi Antonovich Skowon.
A butcher.
Not a popular guy, I presume.
I see you ain't from here.
She has a lot of
The
freckles.
swine keeps a photo album of all the folks he's had shot at the Citadel.
How do you know?
Before and after execution.
How do you know? How do you know
Well,
that
sir,
key piece of information?
The time for leniency and indulgence is over. From the moment this office is bestowed on me, no forces hostile to the subjects of Greater Russia will have any further right to exist. None. Whether it be brutal socialist subversives, communists, Jews, or
All the
other
little
satanic
details on like
provocateurs.
the coat of arms and stuff
Sure
is
knows how to unite a
nice to
crowd.
see. Like that they paid attention to
Pardon
the little
me.
details like
Are
that,
you
like
Polish?
the beading on her dress. Is just a nice little touch. Pardon me, are you Polish? I do. Yeah.
Yes, I feel Polish. My name's Victor.
Wanda.
Wanda.
This is Russia here. Like it or not. Warszawa. Время террора закончилось.
Иди нахуй!
My first decision as Governor General of Warsaw. Arrestować.
Basically breaking up like a riot.
Great heroes in their sense of timing. Of course, now they're the first ones in the fight.
Samoobladanie, Polyaki. We want that rebel. The loudmouth.
Damn.
What happened?
Be a gentleman. Please kneel and tie my shoe.
The proud answer.
I didn't dare
I
suggest
heard
it myself.
I heard what fell, and it sounded like metal hitting the concrete. So I think we're actually gonna see what she dropped. Okay.
Can I ask you a tiny favor? The Russians can't find out about this. The military is just looking for an excuse to suppress the crowd, and these workers are dreaming of thrashing a Russian gendarme.
Gendarme.
Either one
Very
of you
fancy
confesses
word.
to disturbing the peace, or
And
see
someone, like,
Xavier.
Google
We'll
that
take you
for
all
me.
in.
You can't handle all of us.
Can you get us out of here?
What do I look like? A miracle worker? That's Rasputin. He went the other way.
I think I'm open to any kind of
Let's
suggestion.
start a riot.
A book like that? I'd find out what would convince one of these bastards to let us go.
Ah.
Or I'd take on that self-appointed leader of the proletariat.
Picking up what you're putting down.
Interesting strategy.
See what you're asking.
Who are you, really?
A damsel in distress.
Those don't usually hide ammunition in their stockings.
Precisely.
Can I explain it to you another time?
For instance, I could disclose to a soldier that you came here with ammunition under your skirt.
Maybe we should see who they believe. A respected lady of Warsaw, or a common magician who just 100 years ago would have been
Warsaw. So
burned
she
at the
must
stake.
have a
Well, since you asked so nicely,
reputation.
I'm going to take a look around.
Ooh, game saving. Is that it? I can talk to him.
Do you think it's a good idea to stir people up and send them to face bullets and bayonets?
What do you want then? My whole life on my knees? Kissing Ruski's ass?
I was trying to keep from dragging ordinary people into the fight. They won't expect us to strike first. How many are coming with us?
Let's see for ourselves.
I was gonna say, they should put us into the fight automatically. Ooh, I have a lot of Thaumaturge points. Oh, I have 3. Let's develop that. Develop that. I get this guy next, so we'll just do that. Let's do it. Selecting yourself a Thaumaturge. Another summoning Thaumaturge. Cool. Okay. Do we have to deal with? Okay, yeah, we do. They're gonna have traits on them now, and I have to pick which Thaumaturge will disable said traits. Ooh. Enemy reinforcements are on the way. Oh boy. Not reinforcements. Let's put some damage on this guy. My elbow. Heard that break. Oh my god. Ooh, he's bleeding. Alright. Do this, and I'll do this. Oh. Alright. Oh god. Got a rifle. Brought a rifle to a magician fight. Enemies can have a trait that makes them immune to your attacks. Traits are related to different dimensions and can be disabled. Excuse me, guys. This is just basically telling us we have to choose the right Thaumaturge to be able to disable their traits, and the ones who can do that have the green stars underneath, so I need to summon Upir. So come in here and kick some butt. He brought a rifle, I bought a pistol. Guy's just gonna stand there and bleed. He did. Yep. 21 damage. Oh yeah, now we got. Oh, hey, rude. Wow. Just hit me in the back of the head. How dare he? No, my grimoire, my revolver.
Name? Shulski. Victor.
We're in the slammer, guys.
One of those Shulskis?
Yes.
My condolences. Now, profile.
Thank you.
What you pissing in the bucket for, asshole?
Where else am I supposed to?
Brown in the bucket, whiz on the wall.
Better remember that, too. That bucket's gonna last you guys till tomorrow.
Disgusting.
Can I use the phone?
Can I get my phone call, please? Sit down and talk to her.
I wouldn't call you a master strategist.
You got away from the station, so theoretically, we achieved our goal.
You're not losing your sense of humor. I guess this isn't your first time in a place
She
like
sounds
this,
like
is
she
it?
smokes very heavily. Of course I've been in jail before.
We've got a little time to kill. Maybe now you can tell me more about yourself. You seem to know your way around this setting. You been here often?
I'll take that as a compliment. And sure, sometimes, if the cause demands it.
What cause?
Let's say I know certain folks who'd find pulls like you useful.
Dealers in stolen Dutch pomade?
Donut connoisseurs. They met at Burke Rotblitz's cafe.
I don't want to jinx it, but do you spend time there too?
If I'm not there, no one will want to talk to you.
Oh,
and don't worry, I don't usually hang out long in places like this.
Good to know.
Shulski!
I see you won't be hanging out here long either.
Nope, because my sister is rich.
Shulski, this yours?
Yep, that belongs to me.
That's right.
Then take it and get out of here.
Thank you.
It's like I just want to go home. My bed. Wanda's file. Victor's file. I ran right to a wall. Go me. Let's see. Wanted list. He said I'm too old for this shit. Stanislavski, widely respected citizen, thaumaturge, philanthropist, entrepreneur, father, and husband, died suddenly on August 31st at the age of 64. We need to go to our father's funeral. To the cemetery. Hydrate. Got water right here. Thank you for redeeming. And I'm sitting as straight as I can, to be honest. My chair is at an angle, but I am sitting straight, I promise. But thank you for redeeming. Okay, I need to go this way. The Mermaid City Sun. Tomb. Rip. Polish stage artist. Born December 23rd, 1861. Died July 1st, 1890. To my beloved daughter, a woeful mother. Kind of sad. Here lies Jean, our dear friend. In 1891, he met his end. What he is now lies deep inside what he was. Never you mind. Poetic and ominous.
I'm sure you don't remember me. My name's Hayat, Mordecai Hayat. I wanted to offer my condolences. Thank you. Please, forgive my prying. I know Mr. Shulsky took nitroglycerin for his heart, but how did he pass away? Was that his cause of death? His heart?
I have no idea. Quip that your father didn't have a heart. Oh my goodness. Though I can understand that answer.
I'm curious myself. I haven't had a chance to find out. Yes, I understand. My condolences, once again. I'll leave you alone. I'm sure you want to bid farewell to your father.
I think I ought to arrest you, Thaumaturge.
I haven't done anything, officer. What's the problem?
I barely
I feel like we're always in trouble.
either. You still haven't figured out who I am? Don't be surprised. The last time we saw one another was 20 kilos ago.
Uncle Voronian?
I will not keep you. That guy's probably all alone back there, among those vultures circling Stasio. I'm sure she'll be glad to see you. Go on. We'll talk later.
That's our uncle.
Sister?
Victor.
This is our twin sister.
I'm so glad you came. I wasn't sure if my telegram had reached you.
I'm glad too. How are you holding up?
All this caught me off guard, but for now I don't have time to think things through calmly. Look at yourself. What happened?
Have you written to Mother?
Yes, but what can you expect? You know what Nadia is like. It was never her style to show up for family events like this. It's getting late, and we've still got the reading of Papa's will ahead of us at home. And I'll leave you two alone. I suppose you've got your own matters to clear up.
Fine, let's get this over with. So, it was me who got it right in the end. Back then, on the train platform, was the last time we saw one another. 15 years ago. After brief suffering, fell asleep in the Lord. Brief? I hope not. Did you write this yourself?
Tell us how you really feel, Victor.
A tyrant, bigot, and liar, mistakenly absolved, died after suffering all too briefly. That's better, and definitely closer to the truth.
Wow.
The day you died, you visited me in my dreams. I was a child when you hounded me out of here, and I remember you as you were back then. But in my dream, you looked older. You gave me hell as usual. You didn't believe I'd succeed. You were wrong. I've come back with 2 salutars. I'm sorry there are so many things I didn't get to say to your face.
He had such
All those
disdain
years,
for
I
his
said them
father
over and
figure.
over to myself in my head. How you were never able to admit a mistake. You never sought blame in yourself. Someone else was always guilty, never you. Mother, because she wanted something for herself in life. Ligia, because she wasn't born a boy. Me, because I was born a Thaumaturge, but I didn't want to live following your principles. And now... Farewell, Father.
Am I intruding?
What do you want?
Well, what do people come to funerals for?
Depends
I
on the
came
person.
to pay my respects to the dead. Stanisław and I were acquainted. You might say I knew everything about your father. Mr. Victor Schulski.
He knew everything.
Isn't it? Your absence from Warsaw
interesting
has
scar
happily
on
come
your
to an end,
face.
I hope.
I haven't had time to think about it.
I understand. I hope you'll find some reason to stay here a little longer. Again, my condolences.
You're shady, my guy.
I didn't catch your name.
My name's Konieczkin. Ivan Konieczkin. Goodbye.
Ivan Konieczkin.
Such interesting friends you had.
Oh, I understand this cutscene a little better now.
I guess I'm more tired than I thought. Great-grandmother Josefina, a Thaumaturge.
Josefina, that's a pretty name. Funeral wreath. Someone has left a note next to the simple wreath. We had our differences regarding methods, but we shared the same goal. You will carry on, and you will rest in peace, brother, your friends in Thaumaturge. Eat dirt, Shulsky. Someone left an unusual note by the generic funeral wreath. It says, eat dirt, Shulsky. Oh boy. A few flowers gathered together over the note. You were closer to me than I could ever admit, and now you're gone. My heart is yearning. Ooh. It seems that someone was greatly affected by Father's death.
Grandpa Nicolum, a Thaumaturge. I barely remember him.
Pain a Thaumaturge point. That's everything. Ad break is finishing. Go to your home. Probably not a good idea to be out in the cemetery while it's raining in the middle of the night.
we can go. The hardest thing was getting the lid of the urn. The scattering I could handle.
You can play the clown, but I know how much this has cost you. I'm glad you went.
Love at a funeral. Eros post-mortem. Is it suitable for a young lady in mourning to fraternize with bachelors? Konstancja Szabłowska, the Warsaw Courier.
First of all.
Could I ask for a brief comment?
No. Go away.
Hyena.
Thank you. And you, sir?
I suggest you leave. Otherwise, I'll overlook your womanhood and make sure you can never pronounce a single syllable correctly
okay.
again.
That's not what I was expecting him to say.
Happen, Judge?
Wow.
Maybe I should write about this.
And who would let you print it?
Someday the
I thought
press
he
will
was
get
just
the
gonna say,
Russian
"Don't be
boot off its neck,
disrespectful,"
Judge.
or something.
I'm
And now he's
afraid
gonna,
none of us will live to see the day, my dear. Come on, children. I'm sure my Petya is already waiting for us at home.
I'd love to see my cousin.
Are you coming with us?
Yep.
Thanks.
Get in. I'm sure the lawyer is already waiting for us.
Let's go see what my dear papa left me in the will. Home, sweet home.
Miss, your guests have arrived. The lawyer's upstairs too, waiting. A trifle jittery. Wonder if the tea I made him was too strong.
Thank you, Grażyna, dear. Let the guests wait. First, I want to take care of the will.
I'll just wet my whistle and join you all upstairs.
Make sure Uncle makes it upstairs sober. And I'll suggest you don't dawdle either.
Yes, dear sister.
Master Victor, good God! Half your face covered, but I could tell right away it was you. You look just like your father in his youth. Completely his spitting image. Should I make you some cocoa, Master? It would warm you up a little.
Make an extra creamy one for Ligia.
Oh, I won't skimp on her. Now, your sister's putting a brave face on all this, but she's really having a hard time.
She's
It's
really having a hard
lovely
time.
to see you again.
I
But
like
that's
the
enough jabber
character
for now.
design for
I've
Ligia.
got the guests and
It's
the
very
cocoa,
pretty.
and I've got to whip up some food for you all later. We'll talk soon.
Father's portrait. The portrait depicts father in his twilight years, the serious expression on his face, the proud posture, and the grimoire in his hand, combined with the dark background and lack of embellishments. It reflects the strictness and pragmatism, can't talk, he always had, good old Stanislaw. However, a faint red streak can be seen around his figure. Apparently, artists are particularly sensitive to seeing things that usually escape the human eye. This one should receive double emolument for capturing the thaumaturgic aura. Oh, okay. Cool. Bethia.
I don't want to put my foot in my mouth again. I already failed to recognize someone once today, but you look familiar.
Well, I should think so. I was the victim of one of your starling hunts. Voronins must not be very memorable, cousin.
Petya, forgive me, and for shooting you as well. How are you doing?
Just some heart problems, not a subject for today. I'm sorry about Uncle Stanislav. Forgive me for not coming to the funeral.
Forget that the W's are
I
pronounced
can't bear
like
cemeteries.
B's.
We'll have to meet up again.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Come in here. This. Cure recipe. Yes. Dinner recipes. here. The statue of Morana. Queen of Winter scrutinizes you, sending a shiver down your spine. It makes me think of the words, if you gaze long enough into an abyss, the abyss will gaze back into you. That's a like, rewritten Edgar Allan Poe quote, I think. This is such a pretty portrait. Portrait of mother from her youth. She stands proud, wearing a white dress and a silk scarf thrown over her exposed shoulders. Her long dark hair flows down her back, and she glances at the viewer with a piercing smile, bare skin, and a frivolous hairstyle. That's not how I remembered her, Nadia, as a young, unkept maiden. It's hard to believe the shocking vision of the painter must have been created in a previous era, a time when hearts were stirred with violent emotions, poems were created to the sound of a storm, love stories had to end tragically, etc., etc. Father actually commissioned such a painting. A very pretty painting.
Oh, I'm glad you're here. I thought I'd have to drink alone.
So many goodies laid out for the guests. Having trouble picking something for yourself, Judge?
But this was Stashio's. It was special. Amber liqueur with quinces.
I think you mean quince liqueur with amber, right? If it's not here, I'm sure it's in the basement. But I won't grope around down there in the dark now. I've got my hands full.
Don't blame
Now,
me. Basements
I
are creepy.
don't want to trouble you either. Victor, could you track down a little bottle for your uncle?
I suppose I'm
Sure.
obligated to accept
Why
this
not?
mission.
Good lad. A nephew like you is a treasure.
Oh, you're too sweet. Bottle of wine from southern France. There it is. Quince liqueur with amber. Pinot Noir, Oregon.
How did it go? Mission accomplished?
I think this is the one Uncle wanted.
Yes. This is our little funeral battle. We would meet in Stasha's study after every funeral we went to and raised a toast to the dead. And recently, we've been seeing one another more and more at such events. More and more. But this time, even he has left me. So, to an easy death, as Stasha and I used to say.
How did he die?
Hasn't Lygia told you?
No.
I haven't even had the
We've
chance to
spent
ask.
less than 10 minutes together.
He
Of
didn't
course she hasn't
suffer.
had time to tell me.
But such images in the memory are better saved for later. I'd prefer to remember him as he was alive. What then? Am I drinking alone? I suppose there's no reason to bear grudges or be angry, is there? Pistachio?
To an easy death.
Familiar faces keep vanishing from my life. Stasio and my Helena before him. I miss my little darling. I miss them both.
Oh. Poor guy. Brother and his wife.
Well, obligation fulfilled. Shall we get to the reading of the will?
Yup.
Yes, let's find out what my father hasn't left me.
There it is.
Let's begin if everyone is ready. Would you all please take a seat? Ladies and gentlemen, by the power of my office vested in me by the grace of His Imperial Majesty, the Emperor of all Russia, I hereby testify. Mr. Shulski's last will and testament were prepared several years ago in the presence of Zaslav Fedorov, Esquire, that is, myself.
Dude, what a name.
My
Oh my
last
god.
will and testament recorded in the year of our Lord 1888. In the name of the Holy Trinity. Amen. Therefore, my first irrevocable wish is to appoint as executrix of this will my daughter, Ligia Szulska. Immediately after my death, an inventory shall be conducted in full accordance with the law. After completing the inventory, all my personal movables will be sold at public auction. And let the funds raised thereby be donated on the anniversary of my death to the beggars near that cemetery. The administration of the remainder of my fortune I leave, without restriction, to the person of my daughter Ligia.
I'm not even getting a teaspoon.
All movables and immovables relating to the family enterprise
So salty.
I entrust to the care and administration of my daughter. I do not prescribe a method of administering them. I merely offer her one piece of advice. I wish that the business should be conducted with modesty, prudence, and honesty, as I have conducted it my whole life.
A joker to the very end.
To my brother-in-law and oldest friend, Alexander Voronin, I wish to leave the following. My collection of muskets and
his
2
sister
revolvers
and his brother-in-law.
dating to the uprising in memory of our first meeting.
Stasio, I will have plenty to do in my retirement.
Enjoy your retirement.
I would also like to come to the aid of my only son, Viktor Szulski, by entrusting him with the use of my personal black grimoire, in the hope that he will be able to make good use of it. This is my last will and testament. Carry it out solemnly, though you may have found it burdensome. However, this last bequest poses a certain problem.
Yes, it certainly does. And what is that, may I ask?
I am not
I like
in
how he's
possession
sitting,
of
like,
this
slightly
grimoire.
slouched.
The late Mr. Szulski used it up until his death, yet no one left it with me after his passing.
Meaning it's disappeared?
Yep.
Did father have his grimoire on him at the time of his death?
It was only because of the grimoire that we could identify him at all.
What actually happened? How did he die?
A building collapsed on top of him. I don't know any other way of
Well,
putting it.
that's tragic and very dramatic.
A building? It collapsed on top of him? How? How did this happen?
It was a day like any other. Papa had gone for his habitual walk. Every Tuesday and Thursday, he'd take a stroll to get some space, as he put it. When he didn't come back for a long time, I got the bad feeling something had happened. Then...
We rode there together. An entire wall of a tenement had collapsed. There were 3 victims, including Stasio, who had the bad luck to simply be walking by. To see him there in that condition...
It sounds staged. Very, very staged.
Where did it happen? Where was this building?
The southern part of Śródmieście, not far from the police station. Anyway, you can miss it.
Of all the possibilities, this was the death that fate prepared for him.
I foresaw a slightly more pleasant end for him, myself. I doubt even he deserved such a horrible death.
Did I have a building collapse on you? That's gotta... Wow.
Those might be the kindest words you've ever said on the subject of a father.
How typical of his sort of person to keep a portrait in his study of a family that was only a family on canvas.
I wonder what happens to the
Not long
Salator when
after
the
the
person it's
painting was
linked to
done, he got
dies.
divorced, ruined Dionysus, and kicked out his son.
Wonder if the game goes over that at all.
There the portrait hangs, as if family meant anything at all.
I don't know what exactly happened with Aboritse, but I know that Papa felt guilty. You don't want to forgive him even now that he's gone?
The dead need no forgiving. And as for forgetting, I don't know how. It's just a shame about the grimoire.
He is such a
What do
salty
you
drama
intend to
queen.
do?
What's up, Pack? How are you? What's up? What's up? So you'll look through. Yeah, we're gonna. Probably ask about this
Father
guy.
evidently knew a certain
In
Ivan
the chat with
Konechkin.
Vimy.
Have you heard anything about him?
Welcome, welcome.
Konechkin?
Hope you are having a wonderful
doesn't
evening.
ring a bell.
All sorts of people came to Papa's store. That doesn't mean every one of them
How have you
might know
been?
something
How are
about the
your
grimoire.
That's
your
true.
events going? Things like that.
You've got
So
your
you've been
work cut
busy
out for
following
you.
your post on Facebook. Things are going pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty
And
good.
where are Father's things at the moment?
You're
This has
standing
been very
at the
good
very
if you're asking
center
about
of
the
his
game.
kingdom.
It's very, very good.
Not everything has been sorted through yet, but you go right ahead.
And the store? I should check there too.
I've started stock taking there to distract myself, and I don't want you to go in there before I've finished.
Yeah,
As you
I'm mostly working. I work and I teach. I'm
I think
finishing
we
up my
have to look
master's
for the
degree,
answer
which
in the
I'll
place where
have
it happened.
at the end of December.
With your
or in
side, you can
December.
make out more in those
Just been
ruins
busy,
than
busy.
I, or Uncle, or Detective could. This is a good lead, but is it the only one?
I don't remember who this is.
And Mordechai Chayat. Could that be a lead?
Hyatt.
I don't think so. He worked with Father, but he left more than a year ago.
But I'm glad
I
to hear
don't
you're
know
doing
why.
well.
He
Thank
was an
you for
assistant
stopping
at
in.
our,
I appreciate you.
my store.
Do you know where I might find him?
Sadly, no.
Where I might.
Do you have any other ideas?
Do you have any other ideas? Shadow, you cannot force anything for the. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Shadow, you're gonna get tangled in my cord. That's just
Now
gonna
at
be
least I can
complete
see
chaos.
how little I know. Maybe these scraps of information will lead me somewhere.
Dog is under my
Well,
feet. My big
now
dog.
that we know what's got to be figured out, forgive me, my darlings. I'm going to give my old bones a rest.
I'll see you out.
I'm gonna snoop around Father's study.
Goodbye, Uncle. And, Ligia. I'm sorry it happened this way. That I wasn't close by.
The most important thing is you're here now.
The most important thing is that you're here now, she says as she walks away. Alright. Grains of desert sands in the suitcase. Demonic continuance is clothed in the hope that it clung to first satisfaction. Upier has questions. The human heart is worth more than all the riches of the material world. Tonight's are. Oh. Books on ancient cultures. Father would pore over yellowed pages again and again, reading the same words over and over, trying to extract meaning from them. He repeated the words about dedication and the necessity of sacrifice like a mantra, slamming shut one volume and reaching for another. What does it all mean? Our family portrait. I can remember when it was taken. The year was 1884. 1884. Okay. Lygia were 9 years old. She was clearly tense. And I remember how Mother admonished her for not to smile, not to fidget, and to stand straight. Lygia was to take the cue from her. Mother was able to freeze like a statue and sit there barely breathing. This just goes on about the painting. Here, hold that thought. I will be right there. Collection of books on the occult. Oh, one of those books is actually a real, well, they're probably all real books, but one of those is actually a banned book from society. You can't read it. I mean, you can read it, but I don't think you can, like, go buy it, I guess. Not really sure how that works, but. Okay, I'm done exploring. Let me talk
How do you find our old stomping ground? Yes, I'm not too fond of this place either. This is where I had my last conversation with my father, just before I left. If you can call it a conversation. Can you see my dreams? Nightmares, actually. Ever since I decided to come back, I keep reliving the same memory. The loan shark incident. I've been seeing his death more and more lately. I wonder if his shop is still there.
Did you kill somebody, Victor? Like, what?
Perhaps we should go there and check.
Should we now? Oh gosh. A letter from Rhone, 1896. All these are the letters we wrote to. Dear child, stop it with the great sorrow that I have received. The news of Stanislaus' death. Stop. Unfortunately, I don't have to read the stops. I will not be able to attend the funeral ceremony. My duties in Paris keep me from traveling to Warsaw. Okay, so our dear mama was like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm sorry that dear old dad died, but I won't be there. Compared to Crowley's Ars Goetia, there are 3 fewer demons. No evidence that all demons are Thaumaturges. Ooh, so this is actually kind of important to what we're doing. The room layouts, yeah, aren't they really pretty and like detailed for it to be like kind of small in terms of being like third person, I guess. I have 6 thaumaturgy points. I need to like upgrade. Oh, I can't until I get that. Okay. I'll keep the other 3 because I might need them. Bust of Sarah and a sharp avian features bear a wild, disturbing kind of beauty. This makes you want to fall into her clutches and be lulled into an eternal dream by her sweet song. Yet her cryptic, slight smile makes a subconscious, primal part of your being cower away from the predator. But isn't a soul the only fair price for the bliss of giving yourself up to the enchanting creature? Ooh, very, very interesting.
Where's Grażyna when I need her?
The telephone.
Hello?
I talk here? Do you hear me now? Victor? Victor, are you there?
Grigori?
The
yes.
telephone.
Victor, where are you?
On the other end of the line, at home, where the telephone rang.
Incredible.
Oh, man.
Has something happened?
To me? No. I am telecommunicating with you to say I found lodgings here in Warsaw.
Telecommunicating with you, that's hilarious.
If you need me. I'm by the cemetery. What number is it? Yes, yes. 7 Povaskoska Street. Number 7 by cemetery. Povaskoska.
I'm glad. It's good to hear your voice.
It's good to hear you as well. Goodbye. I want to end now. What do I... like this? Wonderful device. Remarkable. Hello? Oh, and now?
Rasputin learning how to use a telephone. Oh, game saved. Nivea is... where? Oh yeah, I gotta get the drawing. So Victor makes these very beautiful drawings on certain things that he interacts with in the world. Like so. And they're just cute little like collectible things that you can get in the game, and it's just awesome. I don't need to talk to her right now. So pretty. Hmm? Oh, that's right. She's at the end of the table. Oh, she's in here. Okay, I was like, where is she?
Have you found anything yet about the grimoire?
Smoking
Is
indoors.
there any way I can help?
So unladylike.
In Father's study, I found a trace of a woman that I couldn't identify.
Probably Svetlana Rumyantseva.
Who?
Who is she?
She
And what
just
does Father have to
blurted
do
that
with her?
name out like...
Svetlana is a Russian aristocrat who travels with the Romanovs' court. I can only tell you she was a customer of Father's.
A customer? If you don't want to say, then don't. Where can I find her?
When she's in town, she stays at the Imperial Hotel.
She might know something that will help
The
me find the
Imperial
grimoire.
Hotel. She's a fancy
Not so
lady,
fast.
she sounds
To
like.
get in, you're going to need me and my connections. Svetlana is famous for her soirees where she hosts the creme de la creme of Warsaw. We could go together. How about you track down some evening clothes and I'll sort out the invitation. And I won't take no for an answer.
Sadly,
It's
you
like
never
we're
gave
going
me a
to
chance.
party.
Unfortunately, everything in my wardrobe is antediluvian. I need a tailor.
There's a shop at 11 Pruzhna Street that's fairly decent and quick. We also have barbers in Warsaw in case you want to do something about whatever you have growing on your head and face.
Wow. Thanks. She just told me that I look like a sack of shit. Which, to be fair, we do look like we have seen better days. Not gonna lie. And that's actually a good stopping point for us to be where we're at in the game. Got to see the beautiful interior of everything and just kind of be within the world that is the Thaumaturge. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed hanging out with me this evening, and I appreciate everyone who stopped by and chatted, lurked, enjoyed watching this really interesting gameplay. I hope the rest of your Saturday goes well, and you have a wonderful Sunday when the day rolls around. We're gonna look into someone to raid into. I assume whoever is modding either has someone they want to raid into, or would you like for me to look for someone? I was looking before I streamed, but I haven't looked until right now. But if you have someone in mind, let me know. We can do that as well. Do you have someone right off the bat you might be able to, that would work as well? Yes, yes, let's get ready to go. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you got someone. Thank you everyone who hung out. I appreciate you guys so much. I am Kalana Ann, aka the Goddess of Kills over here on Athena, and we appreciate you guys hanging out. And thank you for being here.